Labour MP walks out of heated clash with Rupert Lowe. Parliament stunned. You're not going to believe what just happened inside Parliament. 1 minute, the debate was tense but controlled. The next, everything exploded. A Labour MP stormed out of the chamber, visibly shaken, after a blazing war of words with none other than Rupert Lowe. Yes, Rupert Lowe. The former Brexit Party MEP and now a rising figure in the Reform UK movement. Never one to hold back, always ready to stir the pot. And this time, he didn't just stir it. He flipped it upside down. Let's break down what actually happened and why people across the political spectrum are still buzzing about it. It all started during a parliamentary committee session earlier this afternoon. The topic? Public spending and accountability, particularly in light of ongoing tensions between the major parties ahead of the upcoming election. The Labour MP, whose name we're keeping out of the title for policy reasons, was mid-sentence, defending a recent set of local spending decisions when Rupert Lowe cut in. Not politely, not diplomatically, but with the kind of blunt force comment that sends shockwaves through a room. You talk about responsibility, but your party has wasted billions and you know it. What gives you the right to lecture anyone on fiscal discipline? Now, this wasn't just a jab, it was a challenge. A public slap across the face, delivered in full view of cameras and a watching chamber. The Labour MP tried to maintain composure, responding, "With respect, Mr. Lowe, grandstanding might win you applause on social media, but we're here to govern, not perform." That might have ended it. But Lowe wasn't done. He shot back with a fiery follow-up. "Maybe if more MPs walked the walk instead of shouting the script, we wouldn't be in this economic mess." And that's when it happened. The Labour MP stood up, shook their head, and in a move you rarely see on the floor walked straight out of the chamber without another word. Gasps. Murmurs. The Speaker immediately called for order. But the damage had already been done. The walkout wasn't just a reaction, it was a statement. And as cameras rolled, the clip began spreading like wildfire. Within minutes, it was on Twitter. Then TikTok. Then primetime headlines. People were stunned. One journalist tweeted, "I've covered Parliament for 10 years. I've never seen that kind of walkout." The tension between Labour and Reform is now officially at boiling point. Another posted, "Rupert Lowe just did what many backbenchers dream of, said what others won't. But at what cost?" It didn't take long for party insiders to start weighing in. A Labour aide, speaking off the record, said, "That wasn't debate, that was provocation. There's a line between passionate disagreement and personal attacks, and today that line was crossed." Meanwhile, supporters of Rupert Lowe praised his directness. One Reform UK voter said, "Finally, someone calling out hypocrisy in real time. The public is sick of rehearsed speeches and fake outrage. Rupert just cut through all of it." But here's the question everyone's asking now. Was this just a fiery moment of political theater or a warning sign of something deeper? Because let's be clear, this isn't happening in a vacuum. Tensions between Labour and Reform UK are growing by the day. Polling is tightening. Public trust is wobbling. And politicians are walking into every session already on edge. Every comment is a weapon. Every silence a strategy. And when you add personalities like Rupert Lowe into the mix, you get flashpoints like this. Moments that don't just make the news, they become the news. So what does this mean for Labour? For starters, questions are already swirling inside the party about how to respond. Do they defend their MP loudly or let the moment pass? Do they confront Reform's rising influence head-on or risk looking rattled? Meanwhile, Reform UK is likely to seize this as a rallying cry, speak truth to power, no more career politicians, that kind of message. It's their bread and butter and they know how to milk moments like this for all they're worth. But here's the real takeaway. This isn't about one MP, or even one debate. It's about the temperature of British politics right now, and it's rising fast. When MPs are storming out, when insults sound more like campaign slogans than arguments, and when Parliament starts feeling more like a battleground than a place of ideas, you know something is shifting. And the question now is, what's next? Will there be an apology? A follow-up confrontation? Will this incident push voters toward one party or away from both? And most importantly, If this is how they behave behind the podium, what can we expect behind closed doors? Because today's drama wasn't just political theater. It was a warning sign. And it's one that neither side can afford to ignore. Stay tuned.